Yo, what's up guys? Today's video I'm going to be talking about things that you should be eating to make you feel your best, things that you should be consuming that'll make you feel better. I've been doing a lot of these videos talking about how to be your best self and how to be your best version of yourself, so I just wanted to quickly come on here today and give you guys a little breakdown of the things you should be eating if you want to become your best self. There's a lot of knowledge on the internet. There's a lot of people talking, telling you to go carnivore, to go vegetarian, all these different diets. They're trying to get you to eat what they're eating, and in today's video I'm here to tell you that you can kind of eat whatever way you want. Obviously not a bunch of junk food, but I'm going to be going over the important aspects of getting different nutrients and getting different vitamins and foods in your diet. I think everybody that's in this community of health can agree that eating whole foods is the best thing that you can do. Things with not a ton of ingredients, things that are natural, things that are coming from the soil. Nobody disagrees on that fact. Where it gets tricky is people start saying carnivore or vegetarian and they're too leaning towards one side, so then they demonize the other side. The foods that we were meant to eat as humans, as when we millions of years ago, whatever, thousands of years ago, we were eating a variety of foods. So if you live more towards the coast, you're obviously going to be eating what's over there, fish, more of that stuff. And if you're in the Sahara, you're going to eat purely meat. But ideally, humans eat meat on occasion. You know, maybe you kill an big animal every once in a while and you eat the meat from that. And then most of the time we would be vegetarians and fruit eaters and honey and things like that, because we're not always going to have access to going and killing a big animal or getting the meat that we want to feed a whole village of people. So the majority of your diet should consist of fruits, veggies, and those type of things, and meat should also be incorporated. But I'm going to give you guys a list right now of things that you should be eating and some benefits to eating these things, just different things that like eating healthy will do for you. Me personally, I think that eating healthy is one of the biggest things for like feeling good and being healthy. Like I think eating is number one, exercise 2, and then sleep 3, and then whatever else extras 4. Like, well, mental health is also, you know, very important as well. Like if you don't have that, but I'm saying eating and sleeping right and exercise and all does things for your mental. So yeah, one thing I want to say is when you start to eat better and you start to change up your eating patterns, you automatically just start to feel better about yourself. It's just like this big boost of confidence. You feel better about yourself. You feel like you're accomplishing something, rather than if you're eating a bunch of junk food, you're never going to get that gratification of doing something good for yourself. You're always going to feel like it's bad for you. And one thing about eating healthy is, at first it's very tricky and it's very difficult to want to eat healthy, but eventually the more you do it, the more you become, the more you stick to eating better, the more you stick to this diet, the more you stick to being dialed in. Obviously over time it's going to get easier to stick to that diet and stick to what you're doing. So that's just a given. But some of the main key benefits, I would say, of having a balanced diet is you're getting a lot of the nutrients that you wouldn't get from eating certain ways. Say if you're eating all these junk foods and all these empty calories and carbs, you're not getting any micronutrients to give your body what it needs. You're just getting a bunch of empty calories with no nutritional value, and that's what's going to make you fat, and that's what's going to make you out of shape, that's what's going to make you puffy, that's what's going to make you look ugly. And you're also getting huge amounts of sodium that's staying in your face and your body and other places. So your caloric intake and your nutrient value is not equating right. That's why when we eat something that is nutrient dense, it fills us more. So if you eat an apple or if you eat something like that, it's more nutrient packed with a lot of nutrients, so it's going to fill you up, rather than if you can eat a bunch of cookies, that's not really going to fill you up as much. And then if you have one single fruit that's nutrient dense, it's going to fill you up a lot more than just eating a bunch of junk food, which eventually the more you keep eating of those empty calories, the reason your body keeps eating these foods is because it wants to try and extract the nutrients that it needs out of these foods. So it keeps having you shove more and more of this food into your mouth and digesting it, because it wants to extract those nutrients that it's not getting. Digestive issues are a huge thing. And just I mean, if you think about any illness in the world, eating healthy can cause it. Heart issues, anything you want to think of, it's probably worsened by not eating right, not sleeping right, or not exercising. So we can just limit a ton of things that would happen to us if we were to eat healthy. One thing that my dad would always tell me is that 95% of your DNA strands are changeable by what you eat, and 5% are locked in and you can't change. But 95% of our DNA and switching on genes on and off, we can change that. So we have the ability by how we live, how we eat, how we do things to turn genes on and off. And that could be a bad gene that you turn off. It could be a good gene that you turn on. And the ultimate key is to start now as soon as possible, but as young as you can, because a lot of people don't even hit their max height or their growth spurts because they didn't eat how they were properly supposed to eat. They didn't get the nutrients that they were supposed to get. You never know. You could have been 3 inches taller, but if you're 21 years old or 23 or 25, whatever the growth plate fuses, you missed out on those gains. And we need nutrients to obviously grow as humans and get bigger and get better. If you can work out as hard as you want, but if you're not eating enough, you're never going to make any results. Sure, it's good for you, but your caloric intake and protein and things need to be up to par in order to get to muscle. And one thing is, if you have severe stomach issues, your stomach's not even going to digest the materials that you're getting in. It's just gonna, so it's like you're not really getting the vitamin A and the vitamin B and all the things you need because your stomach isn't extracting these nutrients because it's all fucked up. 90% of your serotonin is created in your stomach and 10% is created in your head. Think about that. 90% is created in your gut. So gut health is so important. That's why we have anxiety. That's why we have butterflies in our stomach before big events. That's why we have all these feelings in our stomach, because it's a gut-brain connection. I'm going to give you my little practical advice. I want to make this video short and sweet. Eating healthy is number one to me. Exercise, you can't outrun a bad diet, as they say. And if you want to switch up your life for the better, eating healthy is going to be one of those things that's going to help you a lot. You can see right now my face is a little puffy. I ate a big meal of junk food. I ate a lot of sodium. You didn't drink enough water. You didn't get enough potassium. Whatever, your face is going to puff up, and that's just how it works. I need to lock back in with my diet. I've been eating Firehouse subs, shit like that. I mean, it's good as fuck, but like, you just can't do it. Culvers and shit. So I need to lock it back in. But these are some practical foods that you can eat that are going to make you feel a lot better. And just a realistic way of not getting bored of eating the same things. I get bored of eating the same things every day, the same foods, the same drinks. I just get bored of the same routine, so I like to switch it up. But I'll give you guys an example of a day of eating as well. But you want to eat meats, you want to eat vegetables, you want to eat fruits, you want to eat oats, you want to eat legumes, which is beans and other things in that category, and you want to also have honey. You want to just have anything that's natural coming in from this earth. And so it could be nuts, it could be a lot of different things. And then also for drinks, you have pomegranate juice, you have water, you have coconut water, you have all these different things. Ignore the lectins in these things and all these little specificities and all these crazy things that people are going to tell you. As long as you're eating good things and you're doing the right thing and eating it right and all this stuff, you're better off. And you don't need to scientifically max out every little nutrient. Like, it doesn't need to be that deep. As long as you're doing the right thing and you're feeling good off what you're eating, that's the most important. I'm telling you guys, the most important thing is how you feel off this food. If you're eating the perfect diet of carnivore, vegetarian, and you don't feel good off that diet, something's wrong. Switch your diet up, add more things, add different things, because we want to react off how we feel. If you eat the perfect diet that people say and you feel like shit, or if you look at Channing Tatum or somebody's diet and you feel like shit, don't copy it. Everybody's body is different. He might need 8 hours of sleep. I might need 6 to feel best. We're all different, so what we eat is also dependent on how we are internally. So do some trial and error for yourself in those food groups that I listed and those drinks. Low sugar, no fructose, no added shit, just all natural, seed oils, none of that. All natural ingredients. And I'm going to give you guys a tip for eating. What you eat good is 50%, and what you cut out, all the bad shit, is another 50%. Just because you eat healthy, if you eat a bunch of shit with it, it's not, you're not doing yourself that good of a favor. But it's also what you cut out. You're cutting out seed oils, you're cutting out processed sugars, you're cutting out fructose. You're cutting out all these things that is just as important, because those are all gut disruptors. All make you feel like shit. So you need to be cutting out the things that are making you feel bad as well. It's not just about eating the right thing. It's about cutting out the bad and eating the good and replacing the bad with the good. And I'm telling you guys right now, trial and error for yourself. See what you need for sleep. Test it out. See if you sleep 8 hours. See if you sleep 7.5, you sleep 6, you sleep 9. See which one helps you out and which one you feel the best off. And nobody can give you a guarantee. These things you look up, 8 to 10 hours of sleep, that's a guideline. This isn't exactly what you need. Your body is unique to you. These are guidelines to follow, but you need to see what works for you, see what's better off for you. And I'm telling you, this whole health shit is just trial and error. See what makes you good. Find a routine. Find foods you like to eat. And what's going to make you feel the best. An example day of eating for me, I'm about 164 pounds, which is very slim. I was about 180 just about 2 months ago, but I've been slacking off, like I was saying in these prior videos. But an example day for me eating to get back to like 180 and muscular is breakfast. You have some sort of protein like eggs, rice, potatoes. You could have anything like that. Or you have oatmeal, you have honey in the oatmeal, fruits, berries, you have strawberries, kiwi, any of those things you have with your breakfast. So yeah, I typically have 3 to 4 eggs, some oatmeal or a pancake or whatever you want to have, a healthy pancake, and a banana and a kiwi, we'll say. And then that will be my breakfast and lunch. And then for the middle of the day, I'll have a snack, whether I'll have a granola bar, I'll have this, I'll have just anything that's not processed that can help me, you know, get a little boost before a workout. I don't like to be heavy stomach before a workout. I like to have empty, like just enough to where I have energy. And then at dinner, you have 2 hamburgers, or you have 4 hamburgers, whatever if you're bigger, 2 hamburgers, buns, cheese, avocado on there, everything that works. And then you get some carrots, broccoli, mixture on the side. You get some lettuce on the burger. You get some different things, add some variety, some milk with it, whatever you want. I forgot dairy as well. You can have dairy, but if you're lactose, I'm lactose, so I get lactose free. But you got to be careful of not having too much dairy because it is inflammatory, so be careful. And if it makes you feel worse, then don't have it. But yeah, and then I'd have dinner like what I just said, and then you have some milk with it. You have sides. You can have asparagus. You can have a steak and asparagus. You can have whatever you want, buttered steak, eggs, whatever you want. You mix and match. You can make tacos, quesadillas, shredded chicken tacos with some beans on the side and some avocado, some rice, whatever fruits, veggies. You can add whatever the fuck you want, honestly. Like, I'm not that good of a cook, but my brother is, so he makes a lot of meals. Or like, I'm not the big chef guy, but I'm just telling you what foods are good for you and what isn't. And then every single night, without fail, I have 2 peanut butter sandwiches with honey or caramel, which is unhealthy, or with jelly, healthy jelly. I have healthy. Peanut butter is not the healthiest thing in the world, I'm not gonna lie, but it's healthier than a lot of bad things that I was eating before. But this is so I can bulk up. I eat these every night with a big tall glass of milk. I'm telling you, you eat this every single night and you add more meals throughout your day that are healthy, and you do your 10,000 steps a day, and you read, you meditate, you do these things. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel a whole lot better. And today's video is just an emphasis on eating, and then the next video I'm gonna go over emphasis on exercise and sleep. I have a really lot of information because I studied this for like 2 years prior, because I just got on some obsessed health kick for some reason, and I've been just looking at a crazy bunch of things. But before I preface this video, these are just tips. If you're having diseases and all these things, you want to consult with a doctor as well and see what they're thinking about. A lot of this isn't going to treat if you have a horrible infection right now. It can help, but if you have a serious illness, just diet alone isn't really going to cure that. Diet to me is more of a preventative. Like, if you had heart disease when you're 50, if you were to start eating healthy at 30, exercising, you could have prevented that. So it's more of a thing that accumulates over time. It's not just going to hit you It's not just going to be one of those things where usually you're sick every second. It's going to be you get sick, you're getting sick more often, or you notice you slow down, you're sluggish, or one of those, any of those things, and then eventually, boom, you get hit with something, and it's like the signs were there beforehand, and it's not usually just going to hit you all at once. Some people it does, they feel fine until they don't, and it's your life. You make the decisions that you want to make, but eating healthy is an important aspect. If you look at anybody who's a model, anybody who's an athlete, they're all usually eating healthy for the most part. I know a lot of NBA players and stuff are eating like candy and shit, but like I don't think they really eat how they promote. They're smoking weed and stuff too, but I mean, if you got a young, healthy body, you're exercising a ton and you're working out and you're eating and you're sleeping at least solidly, your body can overcome a lot of stuff. And some people are just naturally going to be healthier than others. People always want to say Snoop Dogg with the marijuana. Well, he's got great genetics, so it's like, okay, he's got great genetics for that. Odds are you're not going to be as healthy as Snoop Dogg with smoking. You're going to have something go wrong. So it's not fair, genetics, but it's just how it is. And like I said, 95% we can change, 5% we're stuck with. So I want to get a video up today. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I've been giving a lot of self-improvement tips, and it's like, I know people maybe don't want to go research, you know, all these different things. They just want to hear it from a source. But I would suggest you guys go do your own research so you can really figure out. I mean, the health, guys, is the most important thing. If we're not healthy, we're not here. If we're not healthy, can't have anything. So before relationships, before money, before anything, you're able to have all those things, you got to be healthy. So you guys take care of your health, take care of any little thing that can hinder it, take care of things like stress. This is also a big thing I need to take care of with anxiety and things like that. Stress is a huge thing for me. And eating better is going to help you be less stressed. You're going to feel like, okay, I'm doing this right. I'm doing this right. So it's going to be a pressure off your shoulders, rather than if you're eating a bunch of junk food, you're going to feel like, damn, something's going to go wrong. I need to stop doing this. I'm going to get diabetes or whatever the case may be. Yeah, but you guys got this. And if you're overweight watching this and you need motivation for the gym or whatever the case may be, or if you need tips on what to eat, you can kind of gauge how much you eat a day and keep checking the scale, and you can lower that food range. Or if you're trying to gain weight, up the food. And then if you stay at a consistent weight for like a week, you know your body wants to stay at that similar amount with that similar amount of food. Obviously, when you add working out and cardio in, if you're trying to gain weight, you're going to have to add some more calories. And if you're losing weight, you should just keep the set calories the same. Drop some weight and then lower the calories a little bit, drop some weight. So if you guys are trying to do that out here, I'm with you. You got this. And I hope you guys have a blessed Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's coming up soon. I know it's not tomorrow or anything, but I'll say this in case I forget in the other videos. Hope you guys have a blessed Thanksgiving. And yeah, see you boys in the next one.